I don't know of any alien encounters as we talk about them today that has ever affirmed Jesus Christ as Lord. Okay, here's a good one. This is one that many churches will not find themselves touching or talking about, but we're going to talk about it here. What are UFOs slash UAPs and aliens really? Are they fallen angels? And that's a great question. Of course, the term UFO, unidentified flying object, has been updated to UAP, which is unidentified aerial phenomenon, right? Now, they're either technologies or objects that appear in the sky and they're beyond human explanation for the most part. Some of them can be explained, maybe a satellite or a drone or whatever, right? Man made stuff. But some of them can't be really identified in the way that they function and operate, right? So, could some of these aliens be fallen angels? And I say absolutely, they could be. We look at Genesis 6, 1 through 4, and it says, the sons of God saw the daughters of men that they were fair, and they took them wives of all which they chose. There were giants in the earth in those days, right? The sons of God are widely understood, including in the book of Enoch, to be fallen angels, or at least heavenly beings in this sense, right? In the Old Testament, not sons of God as we are here in the New Testament, but in the Old Testament, it was referring to these angelic, this heavenly host, at least a certain section of them, right? And you can see even more about that in Jude. And so when these beings came, they took wives and they repopulated with the people. And that's where giants were coming from. But we're not even talking about now, right? Because there's government. I've seen interviews with government contractors that talk about, well, the government knows of at least 4 species of aliens, right? The Greys, the Nordics, the reptilians, and the insectoids. The Greys being small, gray-skinned, large-headed entities with black eyes, big bulbous eyes, right? The Nordics are tall, human-like, blonde hair, blue-eyed, pale skin. The reptilians, everybody talks about the reptilians, lizard-like humanoids, right? Insectoids, or the mantis type, right? That's pretty self-explanatory. Now, the scripture doesn't name these different categories, but they do show up as non-human, spiritually intelligent, influential in the affairs of nations, is Daniel 10:13, and physically manifesting or appearing in strange forms. You know what I mean? So there are some beings that operate inside of our dimensionality and have the ability to function on higher levels of dimensionality or higher planes of existence, if you will, right? And these beings can include seraphim, fiery ones, cherubim, with the 4 faces, and the beasts around the throne with eyes within and without, all over their wings, all over their body, right? So just because it's unknown or strange or scary looking or weird, it doesn't mean that it's fallen. It means that we just don't know, right? I wouldn't say that they're all demons. Somebody says, well, aliens are demons. There could be some that are demons, yes. There could be some that are angelic, yes. And angels are higher than demons. Yes, there could be some that are those, but ultimately, we don't know, right? But we're going to get into some more. And Ezekiel 1:15 through 21 describes a wheel within a wheel, high and full of eyes, moving with the spirit of the living creatures, right? And he also when he describes it as having these eyes all around these wheels, could those eyes have been signifying lights, right? Because common depictions of UAPs, UFOs, they have lights on them, right? Maybe not all of them. They have lights on them. Some of them are just big balls of light, right? But with the creatures in Ezekiel, wherever the spirit, well, I'm going to read it. Their appearance and their work was as it were a wheel in the middle of a wheel. And when the living creatures went, the wheels went by them. And when the living creatures were lifted up from the earth, the wheels were lifted up. So we have some type of dance going on here that Ezekiel is recording, right? We have Elijah who saw a flying fiery chariot. Are we talking about horses on fire that are coming out and things of that nature? Because we think chariot, we think a horse-pulled transportation device. Or was that the best thing that he could say to describe what he was seeing? Because what was a vehicle back then? Chariot, right? And it's a fiery flying chariot. And so did he see something along the lines of a UAP? That he just said, it's a flying fiery chariot, right? Don't know. We could lean to it, but we don't know. But ultimately, this is what we do know, family. It's 1 John 4:1 through 3. Beloved, believe not every spirit that confesseth not that Jesus Christ is come in the flesh is not of God. All right. I don't know of any alien encounters as we talk about them today that has ever affirmed Jesus Christ as Lord. Right. In fact, a lot of abductees report anti-Christian messaging, occult-like phenomena, paralysis, or torment, which are signs of demonic influence. All right. And so we use discernment. We'll trust in God when we see certain things. Some people will say rebuke first, ask questions last. But be not deceived, family. All right. So again, if this video has been interesting or a blessing to you, don't forget to hit the like notification, subscribe, hit the bell, and so you can stay up to date with all that we're doing here on Clash of the Kingdoms. But until next time, family, be blessed.